Yeah, correct.
Okay, the first thing on the agenda, we should take care of this reserve account transfer. And then get down to the nitty-gritty of the budgets. I have a request here from the Board of Selectmen. They have $2,784.13 in their present balance. And the amount requested is $6,038, no change. And the reason for it is for legal expense. And their expenditure is extraordinary, under or unforeseen for the following reasons: solar farm documents preparation, unexplained, it says professional PRO SVC on multiple issues affecting town. And it's signed by David Delansky, Chairman. And nobody here, they left. Nobody here to
He has a,
explain.
yeah, and he has a parks, do we wanna pass on it until there's a representative?
Yep, so we'll pass over this, make a motion to pass over it.
I make a motion that we pass over it.
There's a second to it? I'll second it.
Oh,
I already
Jerry
did.
He
Oh, I
did.
didn't see it. What do you, never mind, I won't make no comments. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Can I have that, please?
Put that back on our drawer.
Yep.
Unless somebody shows up and explains it tonight.
Well, maybe we'll do them the service of running upstairs and telling us, Dario is supposed to be here tonight for the school, so we could review this when he comes in.
That's what I said.
Yeah, so,
We'll bring it up later. And if nobody here, then we'll just let it go as we just made the motion for.
Isn't Bob here?
I just saw it.
yeah, but he has a parks meeting at 6:30. So, if Dario's here, great, if not, we can run up and get Bob.
Or you maybe come back again before we get done.
Yeah.
Uh,
So tonight we have at 7 o'clock, we have Warren Public Library. At 8 o'clock, we have the school. And we got a call from Conservation Commission. They thought they were supposed to be here tonight, not last week, because they thought it was the last meeting, but they didn't stop to think that today was April 2nd and not March. So they're gonna come at 7:45 after the libraries, because it's a very fast review for them.
Yeah, it should, because they got small budgets.
So what I'd like to do, if we may, Mr. Chairman, is I'd like to vote on these budgets that we have not voted on. We have a
If we
quorum.
vote on these budgets, we'll vote the budget, but not the salary increases. Or have you got them all plugged in?
I have them all, it's all done. What you have in your paperwork is what we're gonna vote on tonight. It's the ones we haven't been able to vote because we don't have a quorum.
When do we stop?
So we need to do tonight, the Board of Health. We need to re-vote on that because we had voted for the $300 office increase, but in fact, his secretary gets 2 weeks vacation this year. So his office went up, and we had agreed in our meeting to give him the 600, but we never formally voted on it. So we need to vote to increase that line to $600.
So you wanna start with the,
With Board of Health.
all right. I'm trying to figure out what kind of a motion we wanna put that in, just the salary portion of it, or the whole budget?
Just accept the whole, to re-vote to accept the budget with the increase.
I'll request a motion to rescind the previous vote.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Now, take a motion on redoing the Board of Health budget.
I make a motion to accept the new budget.
A second.
I'll second.
Is there any questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Unanimous.
The next one is cemetery.
The cemetery.
Cemetery.
I don't know where it's located in my, here.
And Steve, cemetery's level funded.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. Do I hear a motion on the floor to approve the cemetery budget as,
I make a motion to accept the new cemetery budget as presented.
is there a second to it?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. How about the parks?
We can do parks next, yep.
Let's do the next page up.
Actually, yeah, parks we can do, go ahead.
Entertain a motion for the parks department. I think they're level funded.
Let me get to it.
Yeah, I don't see no change there.
Yep, there,
They are, the bottom figure's the same.
okay.
There's a second to it?
Do we have a motion on the floor?
I thought you didn't make a motion?
I'll make a motion to
Oh,
accept.
I'm jumping the gun.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Level funded. How come I got two cemeteries here? Back to back.
You got lucky.
Yeah, I got two here.
Do we have
Next.
to do the highway?
Yes, we can go ahead and do the highway.
We didn't do the assessors, did we?
I have a question about the highway. He had asked for a $5,000 increase in his expense line. Does that have to go that's gonna go onto the floor because they're gonna vote on this budget, right? But that doesn't have to have a separate vote at the special
For what?
for his $5,000 increase on his expense line that we told him that we would give him. Does
We
it
just
have?
recommend
The-
we just plug it in on
the
there,
thing-
and whatever the floor does with that budget.
Okay, so it's not one of those ones we have to put at the special?
No.
Yes.
The thing that he has
You
here is,
may have to be ready to explain why, or he will have to explain,
Yeah.
the highway surveyor have to explain why he increased that line item. But I'm sure if we plug in $5,000, that means that people will probably look at it and wanna have a reason why it went up, so.
Jerry?
the amount that he has here is 50,000.
Right. But at his meeting, he asked us to add another five.
That's true, he did, okay? However,
Okay.
he has $21,300 left in the, in his line item there. That's what you gave us last time.
Oh, wait, let me tell you what.
And with that, I disagree with giving him the
Well,
$5,000.
let me tell you what it is currently.
Okay, I'll tell you what generally happens, at the end of the year, if he has money left over, then usually he expends that money and have it requested, put into snow and ice, which is salt and sand for next year. He will purchase that before the end of
Well,
the year.
if that-
That's usually what they do, but it usually goes through the board of selectmen, supposedly they authorize it or they don't authorize it. That's usually what happens, so. Or otherwise, whatever he has in that line item goes back to free cash.
Currently, he's used 65% of that budget, so it's at, his unexpended balance is $17,380.
So from the last time that you read it, it was 21,300, now it's 17,380?
Yes. But,
Okay, so even with that there's roughly a $4,000 drop, I don't see that he's going to use that money for the rest of the year. So I would recommend that you don't give him the $5,000.
So what, line item I missed?
It's the very first one there, highway
Highway
expense. Yep. He
Uh,
wants 50,000, right, the last meeting, whenever he was in here, there was $21,300 that he had left in there to go. Today, Barry just said that it's $17,380. So, if you say the heck with the $80 there, he went down $4,000.
So basically, what does he use that highway expense? And why are we increasing the other item?
What other item?
Well, the one that you're questioning, increase the same line item?
Yeah, he wants that instead of be 50,000, 55,000.
Okay.
And I say no.
Well, this one, in front of me, it says 50/50.
Right, but that's what we're talking about tonight, Ken,
Yeah.
to whether or not we should change that number or not.
We asked for a level funded, and if he has money left over, then I don't think we should.
Well,
Okay.
right now, I mean, he's at 65% of his budget is expended, so he's got 35 left. And we're
Yeah.
2 months out, 3 months.
35 you're telling me
April,
is
May, June,
$17,300 roughly.
We got
You got
April,
3
May,
months to
June.
go,
We got 3 months
so
to go.
divide 3 into 15 is $5,000 a month, you got 2,000 left over.
We got 3 months to go, and if he has bills, then he would encumber whatever funds he had left over. to
Well,
pay
remember,
bills.
we had said to him, if there was an item that you felt you needed to increase because of expenditure, that was the one he had told us. So if we don't feel that we want to do that this year, then that's,
Well,
we should
we're
take a
not-
vote.
Whenever he was sitting there, I mentioned that he had 21,300, because that's what you read off. He says that he didn't think then that he needed it. That was my understanding of what he said.
Let's look at it this way. This is his budget that he submitted. He didn't ask for an increase, so why should we give him an increase?
I'm not defending, I'm just trying to get all the facts on the table.
I recommend that you keep it at the 50,000.
There's a second to the motion.
Well, I think the thing that you ought to do is go through the whole thing here. We also have another discrepancy here. Discrepancy is the highway superintendent salary. I don't remember who pointed it out last time, but he has down here $52,390. Prior it was $50,385. That there's not our responsibility to give him a raise.
Didn't we say he had to make an article for that?
Yeah. So I recommend that 52 be brought back down to 50,385, as it was in prior years.
So what you'll have to do here is that if we don't recommend it to be in the final vote, and we change it back to his last year's salary, that means he would have to go on the town hall floor
Right.
and bring it up. And then he
Right.
would have to explain why
Right.
he deserves
Okay,
it.
he's elected official. He's not one of the town, so to speak, town employees that they're gonna get a step increase or something like that. As I understand it, he's elected official, and he has to go in front of the selectmen and also in front of the town to raise a salary. So I recommend that it goes back to 50,000.
Is there a second to that motion?
A second.
Well, we haven't voted on the first one yet. Can we
Okay.
finish
Yeah.
that? Can we do this in
Well,
order?
you're gonna take them individually,
Yeah.
or you're gonna try to take them all at once?
Well,
Okay.
if we can do it all together, I'd just as soon do it all together, not one at a time.
Okay,
So,
so,
What you're doing, what we're doing basically is changing the line items from his request.
well, one is not a request, this one is a request. So do you want to do them individually so that it's clear?
Well, I did have that motion on the floor.
So there's a motion on the floor right now to keep the highway expense at $50,000. Is there a second?
I already did that.
I didn't hear you do that.
Huh?
I didn't hear you do that because we didn't vote. So we have a motion and a second.
What do you wanna go back to line?
No, I want you to finish that vote.
The highway expense.
That's the one I'm going back to. Now,
Let's-
highway expense,
I make a motion to keep it at 50,000.
Right, I got you, yeah, and you said you
we
second.
rescinded that vote.
That
The
was-
55 we rescinded, yes.
No, we never had the 55 in there.
I know that, but the request was there. We already made a motion on that 55.
I don't think we did.
Can we just vote to keep it 50?
Yeah, we voted on that.
Okay, so we're gonna say unanimous on that?
That was unanimous.
Okay. Next item is salary.
And then we have a
And you have a motion on the floor from Jerry.
Yep.
Yeah, he,
I'll second.
second.
Steve seconds.
And the motion on the floor was from 52,390 to be $50,385.
Right.
That's the motion. Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. So that means that line item is gonna be less than $476. 93586.
What?
Is that the budget we're voting on for the highway
Changed because of that.
department?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry, do you have your calculator?
If not, I have one here. The other day.
I'm just gonna, that 86 cents that he wants here, I'm just gonna make it 936 rather than that.
So you're gonna change the budget request on the bottom?
Yes.
Total?
I just rounded it off. You're gonna round it off anyway. You might as well take the,
I like round figures, so that's fine with me. I don't like cents. That way you put the double O's and you don't get in confusion.
yeah, the bottom figure turns out to be 474,931.
474,
931.
931. Motion on the floor, we got change in the budget.
Well, I don't think there's anything else in here that really has to be changed. The salary is the increase there, the secretary salary increase is there. Overtime remains the same. Machinery and equipment's 30,000, that's staying the same. Drainage is 20. Resurfacing 20.
How are you doing?
You must be in the right room.
Yes.
Did Shelley
One.
get here yet?
Not yet. I haven't
1,200,
seen it.
1,200, 100. So I would say that those are the only things that have to be changed.
Let's see.
What's that?
Okay.
Do we have a motion on the floor for that change number? 474,
I make a motion to change that.
Need a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Opposed? 0. Opposed? Unanimous. You gonna let the highway superintendent know that we denied his
I
increase
sent
in
him,
whatever.
I sent him a report of what we did tonight.
All right. As long as he knows, that way there, he can fight for his salary increase, yeah. He'll be on his own.
Do you have copies of your budget?
You didn't get the one that I emailed, huh?
I haven't gotten any.
Do you have a copy machine? I'll be glad to copy it.
You wanna do it, Steve?
What's the next meeting?
Four of them?
You can do, well, he's out of the room, we have to have 4 people to vote.
I'll just show where that put there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
The next one we can do, scan my book.
Good, thanks.
Building inspector, we need to do.
Okay. The building inspector. There was an increase in that budget.
In the clerical.
That's a step increase, or they give him a COLA?
No, it's the clerical number that's changing, there's no COLA.
That's,
That's the increase everyone's getting.
well, that's an increase that they're gonna recommend for all employees. Okay. There's no step raise.
No.
All right. I'll entertain a motion for that budget as presented.
I'll make a motion to accept the budget as written.
Second?
There's a second to the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous.
While we're waiting, we can do one more.
Veterans agent, did we do?
Veterans agent is done, we can do treasurer.
I don't have a treasurer.
Ken, do you have a treasurer?
No.
All right, then skip the treasurer. We'll do him later. Police.
Yeah, that's a big one, so we better wait.
You wanna wait? Oh, he's back now, so let's
That's what I mean.
hear the library.
This is gonna get one, all right, here we go. Okay.
Yep.
There are a few pencil marks I made on there that you can just ignore. There was just some notes to myself.
Okay. You're on the floor.
So, you need me to present this to you, or, okay? Well, let's see, we've essentially kept our requested budget the same. I think it's $1,200 more than last year. And the places that we're requesting more were computer upgrades. Let's see. I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, programming and events. And it's not exact because we raised more money last year than we had previously. So that cuts down the total, but at any rate, that's the rough idea of it. And we've had a part-time director, so that we've spent less this year than usual. And now, since she had to leave, we are using a temporary acting director. Our library assistant, Kim Kaverson, is acting as director for the present. Let's see, what else can I tell you?
Your building insurance went up quite a bit over last time.
That was a wrong number last time. We found that out the hard way. Was it $9.15 on the last one?
Yeah,
That was a
the
quarterly
num-
payment.
It had been taken off of a quarterly report that we got from our accountant. Our apologies on that one.
Because we didn't have a full-time director for a good part of the year, we were able to save some money there. We also didn't have Sylvia's unemployment, so we were able
That's
to
right,
cut
yeah.
some money
Yeah,
there.
that's about $3,000.
We were able to skim about 600 off of fuel because this winter was kind to us, partly because we closed on Saturday, this January 1st. So we saved in fuel, salary, electricity.
So are you giving your assistant librarian a raise?
Yes, we are, yeah.
Because she's putting in more time, because she's gonna take over some of the duties of director, since we don't have one.
Is she paid in an hourly fashion, so then the increase would just be the extra hours that she's putting in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but she's still at the same rate.
And it's still
Well,
only,
actually, we bumped up her rate a little
Okay.
bit while
Yeah,
she's
50
acting
cents.
director.
Okay.
yeah,
But then
but
she'll
it's
go.
$18.50 an hour, so it's still fairly low for
Yeah.
someone doing
Yeah.
that job.
Sure.
But then you've got the library director's salary in here, so you are going to find a director?
We would like to find a
We
director, yeah,
can't,
that's,
we have to.
In
we're in
order
a,
to keep your status, you have to have a director, right?
right, although they give a certain amount of leeway, they have in the past been good about that. And of course, that's mainly for the state aid, which only comes to about $3,000 anyway.